Welcome to the Eviction 2022. Over the next few weeks, you're going to have a series of very intense property investment challenges, and the winner is going to be given £20,000 cash prize to help kickstart your property investment journey. With the help of various mentors that are going to be assisting me throughout these challenges, I'll decide who stays and who gets evicted.
Because you needed to be spoon-fed. Wow.
Just don't lie to me.
Don't call me a liar.
I'm not going to lie down and take it.
Can I have a break?
Better than Coronation Street, this, isn't it?
You're evicted. Well, firstly, massive congratulations on getting this far. You are officially a finalist in the Eviction 2022. One of you is going to be walking away completely empty-handed, and one of you is going to be walking away with £20,000 cash prize, no strings attached. You've demonstrated that you're great at sales, you can sell deals, you can raise finance, but I really now want to see the nitty-gritty of how you're actually going to run your own property business. So this challenge is going to be preparing and putting together your business plans. Although you've grown a lot, I think this is really the most important challenge because this is me seeing who deserves this the most, who's got what it takes. Why do you think you've made it this far, Adam? Why do you think I've kept you in the eviction so far?
Because each and every time that I've been doing a challenge, I may not have gone into it the strongest candidate, but when I've come out the other end of it, I feel like I've been a very strong candidate.
Sherelle, why do you think that I've kept you in so long?
My skills that I have, that they've been inside, each challenge they've kind of been unpeeled and they've been able to kind of shine through. I've also been able to lead well, so I feel like that's kind of shined through to help us hit certain successes.
So we're going to be meeting back in 3 days with your business plans. Russell, who's the CEO of our development company, he's going to be looking at your business plans, feeding his thoughts back to me. Also Evans, who won last year, Eviction 2021, he's also going to be chatting with you, feeding back to me. And as I said, there's only going to be one winner, so go kick some ass. I'm excited to see your business plans, and I'll see you in 3 days' time. Welcome, guys. Well, we've been over your business plans. How did you get on with the challenge, Adam, of putting your business plan together?
For me, business plan is a first for me. I've never done this before. With the BRR strategy that I want to do, I've also got an exit strategy of service accommodation. So I was trying to think, how do I structure this? Because there's two major parts to it. And obviously I want to do it on repeat. So I'm going to do it with one property, pull all my money out, and then exit with service accommodation. So it's just how I'm going about structuring that so that Samuel understands exactly how I'm going to, use the money. For me, location-wise, where I would invest, I'm obviously very familiar with Reading, and I know it's a very good area, especially for service accommodation. But there's surrounding areas like Basingstoke and even towards Oxford that's also really good for SA. But I could potentially buy it at a lower and uplift the value. So the strategy of pulling the money out would work really well in those areas. I feel really positive because where I've got a tiling and bathroom fitting company already, and I've got very close friends that are in the trades as well, I'll be able to get a lot of my stuff at cost. I'll be able to do stuff without any profit being added, so I can do even labour at cost. I feel amazing. I feel really good.
What did you think of your business plan, Adam?
I was really pleased with it.
Do you know what I thought of it?
Yeah, yes please.
I thought it was terrible.
Oh, okay.
And so did Russell.
So I had a read through your business plan, Didn't take me very long. I'm a numbers guy, so when I see a business plan, the first thing I always flick through is I want to see the projections, the numbers. There's not really any in your plan, is there?
No, I didn't labour on the numbers too much, no.
It's a bit disappointing. But the whole point of a business plan is to go, this is projected figures, what you expect to need. I don't know from this what your actual plan is. I mean, literally, capital requirements. You've put 20 grand invested by the owner, coincidentally, the prize money, plus any extra needed using standard loans. It's like, any extra needed? How much needed?
Well, I haven't got a property, secured at the moment, but I'm sort of guessing I may need to put another 20 grand of my own money, in as well.
Have you got that?
I'd be able to get that, yeah.
Here is your projections, right? Projections, year 1, 2 projects completed and up and running. Year 5, 10 projects completed and up and running. I don't even know what that means. What does that even mean?
So a BRR through to staged and a serviced accommodation ready to rent.
Okay, so that's our goal from year 1. So how much cash would you need for that? That's the sort of stuff that should be in here. Right, year 1, I need 80 grand. I'm gonna go and buy a BRR unit. Approximately, these are the figures. This is the sort of property I'm looking for. A 200 grand property that needs do you know what I mean? I've got no idea, because to me, this reads as, I'm just gonna get as much money off as many people as I can and buy properties and rent them out of serviced accommodation. That's my plan.
That's, that's not really what I'm going with this.
Is it not? Well, go on then, explain to me. Obviously don't understand the plan. That, to me, sounds exactly what the plan is. So where have I got you wrong? Where have I misunderstood?
Well, I don't see a flaw in that. If I can use other people's money to gain properties and, build my generational wealth through that, what's the issue with that? Sorry, I don't understand.
So it is the plan?
Yeah.
You just said it wasn't.
Sorry, I feel like you're trying to trip me up.
No, I'm just asking you if that was the plan. I'm not saying it's a bad plan. I'm just asking you if that was the plan, but that's all I can gauge from it. You said it wasn't, and now you're saying it is. The point of a business plan is to get someone to invest in your business, right? If I was looking to invest in your business and I was at a bank, number 1, I'd be concerned that there was 0 figures. What exactly am I investing in? But number 2, the plan is so heavily hinged on borrowing other money. Sure. That's all the plan is. I feel like my 20 grand's almost like a drop in the ocean. I'd definitely have a think about some projected numbers, because he's going to be asking you questions about, you've said, 2 properties in year 1. What does that actually look like?
Sure.
Because we don't know. Even this, it's mainly about the profit from the serviced accommodation. What does it look like? How are we going to pay back the investors? None of these figures are on paper.
Sure.
I'm sure the plan will work, but I can't see that from this. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seriously have a think about that when you go into because you're going to need to be prepared to answer some difficult questions from Samuel.
Sure, okay. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate it.
Your year 1 projections, it just says 2 projects completed and set up and running. What are those projects?
So it would be BRR straight into SA. So I'd refurbish the property, refinance it, and then set it up as a serviced accommodation.
And then this last page is just talking about how great serviced accommodation is. Where are the figures, the details, your strategy, what your returns are wanting to be, how much you're purchasing for, what your profit margins are? Where is that?
I want to purchase a property, do it up to a very high standard. I can do all of the works myself. If I can't, I've got very good, a massive power team around me. I've got friends I've got a great friend who's a builder. I've got a great friend who's a roofer. I can get the costs really low, so there's minimal risk. So I'd be able to draw out a good, even profit as well as your own money.
Here's the thing though, the hardest part about your business plan, what you've just said, is finding the deals. That's tough. It doesn't talk about that, does it, in here at all? The hardest bit to grow in a portfolio of these types of deals you're talking about, buy, refurbish, refinance, pull all your money out. Yeah. The hardest bit is finding the deals. Is it on market, off market? There's just nothing in here.
I'm building rapport, good rapport with estate agents in the area already.
That's not in here, is it?
No, it's not, no.
The other hardest bit is raising finance.
I've actually put this to my main investor, who's actually my brother-in-law, and this is a big passion for me because I want to grow generational wealth for my family, and he is 100% on board with it.
So is that in here?
No, it's not, no. I wanted to shock you with it. I was trying to.
Well, this was this was the challenge, Adam.
I just wanted to sort of come in with extra bits.
You've not got about how you're going to raise the finance, about how you're going to find the deals, basically the fundamental parts of what you need to be able to do. You should be banging on about that in here.
Sure.
This is how I'm going to do it. This is the plan, step by step. This is why I'm stronger than competitors. This is what's going to set me apart. It's just not in here. It's just rubbish. Sherelle, I was a little bit surprised that in your whole business plan, even over like years and years worth of building up your business, there's zero ownership. It's all about rent to rents. I was a bit surprised about that.
So for the first year, I'm looking at the service accommodation brand recognition. So if I can have that with 3 firms, so they constantly book with me, I'll have like 10 service accommodations set up. I'll be positively cash flowing 15K a month. And I'm going to have an investor list of 50 vetted people, you know, so they're good to go. They've got money and they actually want to get some deals. I want to create an investor community. So all my investors, maybe we meet up twice a year so others can meet each other, and then we're just like brainstorming, just keep everyone's spirits high. And I want to be a paid keynote speaker at an international event and promoting my own kind of like self-development training package that I can do as well. So the property side will be facilitating me to do some of these other things that I love.
Thank you for putting this together. It's got some nice, clear, projections, numbers. However, I actually have read it twice now, and I actually don't totally understand it. So if Hummingbird's Nests was making £182,000,
Yeah.
you've got your taxes down at 5,167. What about that?
So the VAT, I haven't got that in there.
I noticed.
Yeah.
That will take 20% of this, 20% of your turnover.
Because of my understanding, this is why I need to speak to the accountant, is that if you are making money in the business but you're investing it back into the business, you get taxed on less and stuff.
It's really simple, right? You pay tax on profit.
Yeah.
You pay VAT on everything. VAT gets paid on turnover. So before we even get started, if you're collecting 500,000, you're going to pay 20% of that to VAT. After that, you pay corporation tax on any profits that you make. You basically pay tax every which possible way. Whether you spend, buy, breathe, you pay tax. I'm not saying it's a bad plan, all I'm saying is your projections are going to be way off. Let's have a look at your actual plan then. So, objectives, year 1, service accommodation brand recognised corporately by 3 firms. I don't know what that means.
So I want to build it, and I want to actually be like a first line of contact for companies who use for their staff. So they'll be like, oh look, we've got people coming, and then I'll be like, yep, I'll sort these out. This is where they can stay.
It doesn't say that though, does it? It just says I want to be a brand recognised corporately by 3 firms. Established brand to be booked as a guest speaker 4 times per year. That's for your deal sourcing business, that's for your service accommodation, that's for your personal brand.
But it's, for me, they're all together. Although they're under different business names, it's all working together. So me building that brand is to build recognition for the company, what it is that I'm offering. It's like when you know these bigger brands, like the hotels and stuff that, Holiday Inn and all these things, people know them because of how it is that they're represented.
But people know the brands like Holiday Inn, people know the brands because you stay at the hotels. You don't know the brands because their director is a guest speaker 4 times a year. Are we overcomplicating it by having 3 businesses? Is it really just 2 businesses and you're going to market for them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So explain your vision to me then, because I'm not clear on your vision. So you've put USP to build relationships and familiarity with clients, professional and corporate, encourage repeat bookings. That's not a USP, is it? I think you might have overcomplicated it a little bit with the 3 companies. Ideally, you want it to be a bit simpler.
Yeah.
Because there's so much jargon in there. Like we're looking at, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And you want whoever's reading it to be able to understand it without having to have you there explaining it as you go through.
Yeah.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And it was a bit confusing as well, your business plan. There's like 3 businesses. There's one on a marketing, branding business. You don't have a separate business for sales and marketing and admin, and you have your business, and then you do your marketing and you do your sales for that business. So there's the marketing business. What was it called again?
That was just my name.
What was it called?
CK, Sherelle Caprice.
And is that going to actually make any money in and of itself?
So, I mean, if it all goes under one, it will, that's the idea.
So how will that business make money?
So the idea is just through, content creation.
Who's going to pay you for that business?
There isn't.
You put it in your plan. I'm simply asking you a question about, how it's going to make money.
Yeah, so it's going to be the inspirational kind of motivational side. So part of my journey into getting into the property is I've had to go through things and speaking to other and networking. There's a lot of people going through the same things.
So who will be your customer?
So the customer, it will be the people who I meet at networking who want to kind of come over that hurdle because they want to take that step.
But what are they paying you for?
So it's going to be like motivational, inspirational kind of packages. So I still have to refine it, and I've put in the business plan because as I'm going through my journey and I record it and note
it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you as confused as me, or what's your...
I was, yeah.
Hey Samuel.
Hey Samuel.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good, you?
Doing really good.
Yes, I'm very well. Just to let you know that your business plans have both been received. With business plans, it's also important to be able to spot holes in other people's business plans.
Oh, you're...
Yeah, there's no time for sentiment here, isn't it? We're straight to savagery.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if you pick up the same holes that Russell picks up. But good luck, and I'll see you guys in the boardroom tomorrow.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you, Samuel.
See you soon. Bye.
Well, no time for emotion now then. It's not over.
Okay, well, let's
It
do
is
it.
what it
Let's
is, isn't
bring
it?
it on, yeah.
It's good. I mean, it works in my benefit. Oh, that was Kay, innit? Yeah, it's good. But I know what mine looks like. Just from how mine is laid out, I put a lot of thought into the end user and what experience I wanted them to have when they picked up the pack. And one of the priorities that I wanted them to experience is when they pick up the pack is a bit kind of like social media. It's bam, it's bam, it's bam. Because sometimes when there's a lot of text, you get confused. And what happens when you confuse them, you lose them. So with Adam's plan, when I first opened it, there was a lot of text. So, eventually I just ended up kind of skimming through to try and find the thing that was going to make me say, okay, this is what's happening. So yes, I know for him it was good, but overall, I wasn't clear at the end myself in what exactly he was going to do. I just know what he wants to do in general.
What do you think about Sherelle's plan?
So I've got Sherelle's business plan in front of me. Her strategy, from what I'm getting from it, is rent to SAs. It is a different strategy to what I'm going for. She's very, very good at putting numbers in charts and projections. I still feel strong. I don't feel like I've put maybe as much data in my business plan, but the business plan that I've gone with, I think, is so strong and it's about as safe as an investment can be. I think Samuel's going to potentially pull hers apart. I think he's going to be worried that she's spending that 20 grand, not recycling it like me. She's going to be physically spending it. I mean, one of the costs she's got on there is an accountant. I'm not going to be using his money to pay for my accountant. I've already got accountants.
For me, I mean, what stuck out was the deal sourcing aspect as well. I think, you can start being a deal sourcer with pretty much nothing behind you. That element of it surprised me that she wanted to do that. With regards to the rent-to-rent aspect, I think it's a great strategy, but I think there's too many risks for me if I was going to put a lot of money into it, like in one lump, cash injection. Rather than just control property, I'd rather own.
Yeah, it just feels a bit airy. Rent to rent, a lot. You're talking a lot of money to put into rent to rents, which potentially could fund themselves. So if you got 2 rent to rents, you could use the profits to grow more. It could just organically kind of grow. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then the whole video and inspiring, and I get that as a person. Maybe because that's my personal mission. I want to become successful because I really want to be able to pull other people up. I get that, but it's just I don't understand what you're talking about. I said to you, I made it very clear. I said, I want the winner of the Eviction 2022 to be somebody that goes on to be very successful. And I want to see what you're going to do, what your plans are. And you didn't give me anything. You just said rent to rents and then a bunch of fluff about motivational stuff, which didn't make any sense.
So doing this challenge by ourselves, but we're still staying in the house together, it's going to be a bit weird. We might be like, we're walking past, and then it's going to be like, don't look at my laptop, or are we going to help each other? Like, I don't know how it's going to be like, but I think we're going to so be focused on what it is that we want for ourselves, and time's going to go quick. So it's going to be interesting. Is it good?
Beautiful. No butter, is it?
I didn't see any butter. There is some in the fridge though.
Do you miss anyone in particular? Do you bond with anyone in particular?
Isabella, you know.
Really?
Yeah. Who did you bond with first?
Matt's funny as hell, isn't he?
He's just got great stories.
Yeah.
Like a constant supply.
Were you there when he told the story about when he wrote his BMW off? I probably shouldn't say.
It's a bittersweet one because we've spent the last challenge working together and that was so good. But now to know that we're technically on opposing teams, we've both got our eyes on the prize, so we do what we need to do. It's not personal.
Exactly that. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You got to fight your corner. No,
Of course.
we've already spoken about it, haven't we? You know, outside of the boardroom, you know, we know we're friends. You know, we know we'd work together, and
So it'll be good.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So my name is Evans Willie. I'm last year's winner of the Eviction, and I'm here today to be on the other side of the camera and help the team, inspire them, find out why they're here, what's the reason why they should win. I think they're both incredible. I think they both bring different things to the party, and I think it's tough. I think it's honestly down to who is going to put the best work in and who's going to fight their corner the most. How's it going, Cheryl?
It's going good.
Big Adam, how's it going, man?
It's good. It's good.
It's good, isn't it?
I'm excited. Yeah.
Got this far?
Yeah. I'm buzzing.
Do you think you would have got this far when you started?
When I came into it, I definitely looked around and I saw some really, really good people, you know, really strong contenders. I'd say I didn't come in the strongest, but coming out the back of it, I feel, you know, really, really strong.
What would life look like if you won? Why do you have to be the winner?
Genuinely, the processes that I've learned here, I'm going to go on to implement them. So I want to pay it forward. And I think being the winner, it will just be further testament to the journey that I've been on so far.
The winner of the Eviction is going to win £20,000. Why would you deserve to win that over, Sherelle, for example?
I think for me, I'm the main breadwinner of the family. I'm the only one that earns in the family. For so many years, I've worked so hard and I've not really managed to get to where I want to get to.
Yeah.
So by me doing this and implementing the strategies that Samuel's been teaching me, I feel like I can finally level up to the next level and get my family to where I want to get them.
What would you do if you did not win? What would your life look like if you didn't win?
If I didn't win, do you know what? The business plan is there and the actions are still going to be carried out. This process has got me to the point where if I don't win, it's not going to stop. It's just going to help catapult me that bit quicker.
Now, if the coin flipped and you didn't win, what would your life look like? How would you take it?
I would shake it off. I'll keep trucking, man. I'm going to get to where I've got to get to, I'm hungry for it. And I've also got bigger dreams, above that. So, and I'm going for it.
Oh man, talk to me about those bigger dreams.
I remember one of my first memories when I was a kid, that my mum ran away with me because my dad was abusive. The place that she ran to is like women screaming, and I can remember it quite vividly. I was only like 4 years old. I'd love to be able to build proper housing for women that's got creches, and it's got psychological help and psychiatrists that can help them get through their addictions and things like that. That's my huge goal. Like, that's where I'd really love to get to. I just want to help.
So my mother-in-law is a massive part of my life. And when she was in her last days, in her last moments, one of the massive messages that she left was that she's lived her life her way, like in a sense of don't be sad for her because she's made her decisions and she's lived her life. And I was sitting there as a shadow of myself for all these years. It was a massive wake-up call, especially coming from someone who I had so much respect and love for. Like, when you're alive and there's something you want to do, you have no choice but to try it. It doesn't matter if you fail or not. Yeah. You have to try it. You have to give it your best and give it your all. And then, and then you can move on to the next thing.
I think Sherelle and Adam bring different things to the table. I think Sherelle has got a point of reference. I think she's obviously got a massive reason why. I think Adam will do well regardless. I think how you do anything is how you do everything. Adam runs obviously a very good talent business. So I'm actually torn between the middle around.
Why do you think I'm even doing this? Why do you think I put on this show and said that we're going to have a £20,000 prize? Why do you think I'm even doing it?
I think you want to genuinely see someone grow from it. I think you want to give them that bump start, because that's how it feels to me. And this 20 grand would bump start my journey. I'm going to do it, come hell or high water, I will do it. Wild horses won't stop me, but the 20 grand would really help.
Well, I'm going to have to ultimately make a decision. Look at that, man. My little sofa money under the sofa. Ultimately, I'm only going to be able to let one person go through. One person's going to get 20 grand. You're both great contestants. I think you're both going to do really, really, really well in the business. However, there's only one winner. So I'm going to give you each a little opportunity to say why it should be you, and then I'm going to make my decision. So Sherelle, why should you get the 20 grand?
This is my middle son, my daughter. You gonna say hi? Say hi.
It's been a change because Sherelle's the pinnacle of the family, so Sherelle's the glue, shall I say. So not having Sherelle in the household for the last 2.5 weeks has been a completely different dynamic, most definitely. Well, I'm very supportive on anything Sherelle wants to do. Plus, because I know the individual in which my wife is, going to the top, it's limitless. You know, there's a saying that work rate and consistency can outdo anyone with natural talent, and I strongly believe that. So a lot of people are gifted in this world, a lot of people are lucky, some people are born with a silver spoon, but you can lose it all overnight without applying yourself, and that's a quality that Sherelle always has. It's not necessarily about the 20,000, it's about what the 20,000 can turn into, and we're probably blessed to be in a situation where the 20,000 isn't everything to us in that respect. Very grateful for the start.
Like I said to you before, I want to be able to invest it and turn it into more so we can get into a position to do other things. So I feel like this would be an opportunity for me, although I talked to you about everything, it would be an opportunity for me to kind of really prove my skills and what I can do. And I think that's the dream, is that to be in a position potentially where if we wanted to just get up and go, we could. We could afford to have tutors for the kids so they could still be educated, and we could plant ourselves anywhere in the world.
So if Sherelle didn't win, I know that Sherelle will still look at it as if she's won. Coming this far into the final, you're already a winner, and it opens doors. You know, you see it on things like game shows and reality TV shows. It's not always the person that wins that actually goes and does the greater things. It's all down to that individual, nevertheless, and you can't take that away. Winning doesn't define that. It's what you do after this chapter, and there's no concerns there whatsoever. So 100% she's won it anyway. Doesn't matter what the result is.
So the reason why I should get the 20 grand is because although my business plan, it doesn't have the full context of what it is that I'm saying, I can go back and I can revise that, and I'm actually going to put it into action. So it's going to raise the brand that I want to do for my business, and it's just going to facilitate me actually bringing this into action.
And you talk a lot, Sherelle, about getting your message out there. What is your message?
My message is that, you just got to keep going, because it's so easy to see a barrier and just stop, to get caught down in the 9 to 5, or if you're at home and then mum, you're just there. And our mind is like it's our most important organ that we have. So if we can nurture that and look after it, the world would just be a better place. And I know it sounds like, very fairy tale-ish, but I have that belief and I will have that dream, and I will keep, having these goals to reach it. It's not just a dream.
Why do you think you should win over Adam?
My work ethic is just absolutely at the top, and I've said it before, like, I may not be the most talented, the most smart in the room, but my work ethic and my desire is what's gonna push me. It's not gonna stop. So, like, my passion, my work ethic, my work rate, you know, that's why I think I should get it.
Yeah. Okay. Adam, why do you think you should win the 20 grand cash and be Eviction 2022 winner?
Sorry.
Take your time.
Sorry. I've worked my arse off all my life, and I'm still stuck on a council estate. You know, there was a murder on my street about a year ago, and I just want better for my girls. Sorry, can I have a break? A second. Hello.
Hi, darling.
Hello. You okay?
Yeah, you
Hello. Hi. My babies.
Hi.
It's been very stressful, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's taken a lot from me. I think you've struggled a little bit as well, haven't you?
Massively, yeah.
Me being away and...
Yeah, it has just been really hard, just because we're quite a needy couple. So we're not really used to being apart. Your confidence has grown massively, hasn't it?
Well, that's what I was telling Samuel this morning in the boardroom.
Like, my family are quite loud, and when they come over, he just observes, he just watches us.
Yeah, I'm not one for competing, am I?
No, you don't compete for airtime, do you?
No.
We booked a trip to Turkey, our first holiday in 4.5 years. And then one day you just turned around and said that you applied for the eviction, I think. We will be travelling without him, and he will be joining us 4 days after. But as weird and as strange as it's going to be, it's very worth it, yeah. Just the growth and the journey for you has been amazing, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
To get to the end of the eviction's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I think never having an injection of money, you know, and always having to work my arse off for everything that I've ever got.
Yeah.
Never been given any help, have I?
Well, no, Adam doesn't have a family, so everything that we have is just through him and his determination, his hard work, and
I would like it to see it pay off as well. Like how dedicated you've been.
Yeah.
You know, it would be nice.
I just want to get out of here, don't I? I just want to take you to a better place. And
He doesn't get tearful.
I'm all right.
Don't get tearful, because I'll cry.
Talk to me about your girls.
The area is really quite rough. For me to bring my family up like that, it feels like I'm a failure. I'm just so sick of it, and I just want to make my family so proud. And for the skills that I've gained over the years, you know, working really hard is all very well and good, but unless you've got the knowledge that you just can't grow, come hell or high water, whether I get this 20 grand or not, I'm not staying there, and nothing will stop me to get where I need to get to.
So, what do you think?
So Sherelle's business plan was overly complicated. There was lots of jargon in there, and it took me, I had to have her explain it to me to understand it. She wants to get 50 serviced accommodation units, 10 a year over the next 5 years.
What does she actually want the 20 grand for?
So primarily that, which is to get her first 5 units.
Does she really need the 20 grand to do that though? Or can she get her hands on the 20 grand elsewhere? Or does she have 20 grand?
She definitely needs capital to get the business started.
Yeah. Evans, what do you think of Sherelle?
After speaking to her the other day, I think she's got a very strong reason why. She's a mom, she's got 3 kids, she's left them at home to be here. So she's very hungry and she wants to give back. So yeah, I really like her.
So if you were me, Evans, who would you give the £20,000 to?
I think it's tough. I think based on the business plan, I'll probably give it to Sherelle. The reason why, because Adam told me he wants to do BRRs in Reading. And I'm like, if you have 20 grand in Reading, you still need more money. It's like he's going to raise it. I'm like, if you're going to raise the remainder, why can't you not raise all of the money? So I think
That's funny because that's basically the conversation I had.
Exactly.
The problem with Adam's business plan, number one, the biggest problem with it is it isn't a business plan. Let me show you, because I'm a numbers guy, right? So I like to look at the figures, projections, etc. This is his. That's his numbers page.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
The rest of it is just talking about how great serviced accommodation is, basically. It's like a brochure for Airbnb.
But he's had like 3 days to do this.
There's no talk of how much profit he's going to make, how many assets they're going to have.
It's just weak, isn't it?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's just weak. And then Sherelle's business plan.
I don't think she needs the money from you. I think she could just do it slightly slower, do one rent to rent, and then use the money from that to do the next one, and so on and so forth.
She could just self-fund it, couldn't she, from her projects?
Yeah.
She's already got one rent to rent.
With Sherelle's business plan, there's no investments in there. It's literally just growing that rent to rent business bigger and bigger and bigger. Whereas actually what I would recommend doing is something more like Adam's, where you're buying stuff. But then Adams is missing the first stage. There's kind of like, if you combine the two, you'd have a really good plan. My worry with Adam's plan though is it isn't a business plan. It's basically just borrow money and buy property. I don't see how it's a business.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, he's probably never written a business plan before. It's his first time doing that. I was in his shoes, you know, just over a year ago, and I know what it's like. But he lives on the council estate. I think it can really be a big breakthrough for him.
When you put your business plan together, you had steps leading up to this.
I do agree, but I think for the business plan to work, the person has to work, and I think Adam has proved that he can work. So maybe with a little bit of help on his business plan, I think he's going to thrive.
All said and done, who should I give the 20 grand to?
Daddy's on the FaceTime, girls.
Hey girlies, you alright? You all look great.
We miss you though.
I told you, you got to just enjoy it. You got to make the most of it.
No, like we don't even want to go and visit the beach until you...
Oh, don't be silly. I'll be out there soon enough. I'm still feeling like my plan is solid. She's definitely put a really professional business plan together. She's sort of put a lot of figures in and, you know, a lot of charts and projections, but she wants to do rent to SAs and a deal selling company. And I've seen her like projection for year 5, and to be honest, it's around the 200 grand mark. With my projection, if I can complete 10 projects, which is more than doable in 5 years, we'd have probably over £1 million just in equity in our properties. And the fact that I can keep recycling the money, I'm not actually physically spending it.
Yeah. And if your business plan is strong enough, which it is, then it really doesn't matter about the layout.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it, really?
Am I going to win the eviction? For me, I feel like it's inevitable because the reason why I'm here is to do my best, deliver my best and go above and beyond. I'm determined to be the best of me. I'm determined to maximise on the skills. I'm determined to take that training and implement it, and you know, the magic's going to happen.
Samuel says, you know, get comfortable feeling uncomfortable, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So I'll do whatever it takes to make sure I win. You can't come in with an attitude that you're not going to win. I'm definitely wanting to win.
I have to make a decision. I like both of you, but I have to make a decision. Adam, you're a really nice guy.
Too nice.
And I think you're going to be successful.
I will.
This was about your business plan, and your business plan sucked. Sherelle, your business plan was better. It was a bit confusing. I love where you're coming from a position of helping other people. I'm about that. I vibe with you really well. I've made my decision. I've made my decision, and my decision is that I think that Sherelle, where you are right now, and you want to help other people and inspire other people, I think you can already do that. And I think I can work with you, and I'd love to work with you closer to do that. But Adam, you are going to be receiving the £20,000 cash.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
God.
Sherelle, you're amazing, and we're going to work together closely.
Okay.
You okay?
I'm good.
Do you want to talk?
I'm good. I lost the eviction, and that's it. You go through something like this, no matter what, if you don't win, you're going to feel what you're going to feel, isn't it?
Mixed bag of feelings for me. I mean, yeah, there's a massive element of shock. It's not every day that someone gifts you £20,000.
I worked really, really hard. And I felt on all the challenges, you know, I took the information and I put it into action. I surprised myself. And it just feels like that wasn't enough. And that's not easy to deal with.
I just hope that Sherelle knows how powerful she is. I know she's gonna succeed no matter what.
Look, how I feel right now is now. Greatness is still coming for me. It's inside me, and that will never change. And that's one thing I've been blessed with, which is why I want to share that with everyone. But the reality is you do go through things, and you do, you know, sometimes you have to sit with the pain. So I'm going to sit with it, and I'm going to absorb it, and then I'm just going to come back better, and that's it, you know?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. We won.
Oh my God. I'm so proud of you.
It's like, I can't believe it, you know?
It's just such a big deal for all of us, isn't it? And you can do what you want to do now. The only way is up from here, honey.
Every single one of the people that were in the eviction, they've got a fire in their belly. They were desperate to get to the finish line. And the fact that I've got to the finish line, I mean, it's just a bit of a pinch me moment. Finally managed to get with my family. Girls! It's amazing here.